Alright, now I'm going to take the Dr. M's again, which is the semi-flexible plastic one. I've already put medial lateral flanges on, and now I'm going to sand it all around. We just sanded all that suede around, put a bevel on here, and left a flat spot for the top cover to stay. Now we're going to do this soft EVA the same way, but this is real soft, so you got to take your time not to cut into the EVA. done. Okay, I already cut some 1/8 inch extensions, marked where the X18 is going to be on very carefully. Put some cement on there. Let that dry. Now we need a couple of minutes for that to dry. I'm now going to put the extension down on my mark. We picked out a plate. We'll center it. Now at this point, if the doctor would have taken the New Balance insole, if the patient had their running shoe with them, and just take one and trace it on a piece of paper, or if you don't have you forget to do it on the paper, take the lid of the box. This is one side of a lid. Of course, do it on the inside. All we need to do is take and trace all the way around the bottom. We only need one. And just to remind you, if you do this, I will trim it to this size. We'll cut this out on the bandsaw. We'll cut this to match it. That's the pattern. And then either it's going to fit perfectly when you get it, or you'll have very little to trim. Otherwise, we normally are going to cut this larger than the foot so that you can trim it in case the patient brings in a bigger shoe than he first had. So I'm going to cut this a little bit wider than my line. This is getting ready to sand. That's the X18. This one's 3/4 long, so we're just going to add the extension from the end of the sulcus to the toe. And again, I picked out a plate for Dr. T's patient. You can see how much longer it is. but I'm going to make it slightly wider to cover the toe. So I'm going to set this on top of this upside down, center it, move it a little bit to the outside, move it a little bit to the medial side to make it slightly wider, so we have room to trim it afterwards. And again, cut it. Now while I'm cutting this, for those doctors that have to trim this with the top cover, the trick with the scissors is open your scissors till you're comfortable, keeping it 90 degrees to the table and the orthotic, and just push in just a little bit, little pressure, and start cutting. And then open the scissors, don't go to the end, push in again, start cutting. And at that point, you can't tell where I stopped and started. And this is how people come in. You can see the doctor just stopped and started erratic because he didn't take his time to push into it when he started and make a nice cut. Leveling this down. Now the soft one. Right now we beveled, so this will butt together evenly, the plastic one, and we just put the toe extension on the soft one. Now we're going to go back and buff it a little finer. Now usually if I took extra time, but for the movie, we would smooth this down with the finer paper over there, but I'm just going to come over and buff it right now.